What are you doing? Why aren't you mowing the lawn? I'm working on my fantasy football team. If I can just get Gabe to trade me Peyton Manning, my team would be perfect. Who could be so batshit insane to trade Peyton Manning? He's the best quarterback in football, but I will give him Chad Henne, and I will also give him a running back. Maybe Fred Jackson. Their fantasy points together equal the fantasy points of Peyton Manning. That makes the trade even. Peyton Manning is good for 2 touchdowns and 250 yards a week. Chad Henne couldn't find his dick in a sock. And Fred Jackson plays for Buffalo, who are so weak they need help getting onto the team bus. I will be giving him 2 starters for 1, and each roster slot will be half as productive. Gabe might be in sales, but he does understand simple economics. Besides, Peyton is having an off year. His value is low right now. That is like saying a Porsche is a piece of shit when it has only half a tank of gas. No one has been more consistent for the last decade than Peyton Manning, and you couldn't hurt him if you hit him in the balls with a meteor, but most of his receivers are injured. He has no one to throw to. Not only do the Colts have more good receivers than the entire NFC West, Peyton Manning could hike the ball to himself, then fake a handoff to himself, then throw along to himself, and still beat the Jets, who would be offsides on the play. I'm glad we can agree on something. Now let's get back to this fakakta trade idea of yours. If you don't need Fred Jackson, why don't you trade for someone's backup, who'll never play, because the bye weeks are past? What about Eli Manning? Eli Manning? Eli Manning is to Peyton Manning as Hanukkah is to Christmas. I want Peyton Manning. There's no way Gabe will ever give him up. If Eli Manning had Peyton Manning and himself on his fantasy team, Eli would trade himself before he traded his brother. Why do you even have Chad Henne? Because Chad Pennington got injured. Holy shit, you had a quarterback with no functioning shoulders. Then, after he got injured throwing just 1 pass, you picked up his replacement, a quarterback so bad he couldn't beat out a man without functioning shoulders. Here's an idea, go get Brett Favre. You could corner the market on armless quarterbacks. I want Peyton Manning. He is the warm meat on the cold night. The warm what? Forget it. I see that Gabe needs wide receivers. You have several who are very good. You could trade him one of those. Why the hell would I give up someone who could help my team? Now I understand the problem. Listen, someday you'll be dying of thirst in the desert. A man with a pitcher of water will appear, and he will ask if you would like to buy it. You, being so clever, will offer him a piece of string and 2 buttons for that water instead of the $50 in your pocket. Then he will drink the water in front of you, and as you die he will piss on your face. And you know something? You will deserve it.